had to retrain my dog because I tried to go.
This is the quiet meeting point of 3 New England states, Massachusetts, Rhode Island, and Connecticut. Just a single stone marking the spot. But if you listen closely, you can almost hear the whispers of borders drawn and histories intertwined. We begin in Thompson, Connecticut, tucked away in the state's scenic northeastern corner, where weathered mills tell the story of a hard-working town, stately homes reflect its one-time prosperity, and the rolling landscape earns the nickname, the Quiet Corner.
And when they come out here, they're amazed at how beautiful it is out here.
But don't be fooled by the calm. Thompson has a need for speed. The Thompson Speedway, one of the oldest paved tracks in America, still roars with excitement.
It's quite an adrenaline rush to drive a car at the limit of what it can do and at speeds that you probably never experienced before, where they don't have to worry about getting a speeding ticket.
1.7 miles of heart-pumping horsepower, a buzz that can be heard in 3 states.
A fast car on the long straightaway can get up to 130, 135 miles an hour.
It was built from the remains of what some might have seen as tragedy, but John Honig saw opportunity.
The Speedway was originally built in 1940, and the story is that the farm that was on this property was wiped out in the hurricane.
The 1938 Long Island Express hurricane was devastating for the area, but Honig turned his tattered farmland into the canvas for his vision, the nation's first asphalt racetrack. It quickly earned a reputation as the Indianapolis of the East. For 5 generations, the course has remained in the same family.
It's their little corner of Thompson, and they're holding on to it.
It stands as a testament that survival isn't measured by endurance alone, but by the ability to adapt.
Late 90s, early 2000s, it was hard to make a living at it. Came up with an idea, we got to figure out how to redo the family business so that it stays here and continues. And that's when they looked at redoing the road course.
From NASCAR legends to club car enthusiasts to today's extreme experiences, the track offers a stark yet welcome contrast to a town otherwise mild-mannered. In Windham County, it's not just about racing. It's about reliving the golden age of the open road, one classic car at a time.
A lot of people had these cars when they were college students, and they want to relive their youth a little bit with a day out.
Beneath the canopy of autumn leaves, from farm stand to farm stand, it's a ride back to a simpler time, an idea rooted in a love story.
I was a private yacht captain sailing around the world, and I just happened to be in Newport when I met my wife, Nicole.
I was on my way to a business meeting, and somehow we crossed paths, and I guess serendipitous.
Nicole and Sam Booth say it was the commute that built both their partnership and their company, Classic Country Drives.
Classic Country Drives came about from my commute down to Newport from the Thompson-Putnam area. I'd come up every night, drive down every morning, but I got to experience the country roads in this kind of tri-state area.
He figured the only thing missing from those long drives was a classic car to make the journey feel like an adventure. In a British roadster, the smooth lines of an Italian Fiat Spider or a TR6.
This is the manliest or the blokiest car. It's more the hairy-chested car. It makes a little bit of sound. We find we get a lot of bro dates with this car.
From weddings to rap videos to a surprising customer base.
We do the groom's baraat quite often, and that's a big thing in India, that they have something classic for the groom to arrive in. Now, not having elephants on hand or that many horses, they go for horsepower.
Classic Country Drives lets you choose your own adventure. Pick up a car for an afternoon or trailer it to your destination. My pick for the day?
This is a Fiat 124 Spider. This was designed in 1963. This is as close to a Ferrari as you can possibly get. Body is designed by Pininfarina in Italy.
There's nothing like the top down with the foliage, so let's do it.
Yeah. And then they're very delicate door handles, Italian design, so they're nice.
I'm being very gentle with this car.
Yes.
Fall drives in a classic convertible, rolling hills, crisp air, the open road, and that feeling that life is just good here.
It makes people happy, and I think that's what's most important to both of us.
And Nicole asked Classic Country Drives, how do they pick their cars? And number one, or part of the solution was 1 horsepower. That was big. We heard about that. The other one, though, was simply color. And you saw they have like a nice array of colors.
So nice. And back to Thompson Speedway, they actually have an 18-hole golf course also on property, and they're finishing up a clubhouse and restaurant renovation so you can see all that racing action better.
Up close to it. That's fun.